You know that feeling when your morning coffee's just hitting right. The sun's peeking through the blinds, and then Bama 2025 Ford Expedition roars across your front lawn like it's auditioning for a monster truck rally. That was my life every single morning. Thanks to Linda Hayes, our HOA president, the kind of woman who treats your property like her personal playground. I'm Jake Miller, and this is the story of how I turned her smug shortcut into a lesson she'd never forget. It started in April, right after a big rain. I'm out on my porch in Oak Ridge sipping coffee when I noticed these two ugly tire tracks carved into my grass-me pride and joy, the kind of lawn you mow with a ruler to get the stripes just right. At first, I figured it was a one-off, maybe a delivery guy who missed a turn. But the next day, there they were again, deeper, muddier, like someone was making a point. By day 3, my lawn looked like it had hosted a tractor pull. I'm no hothead, but this felt personal, like someone was spitting on my doorstep and laughing about it. I started waking up early, staking out my own house like some wannabe detective, peering through the blinds between 7 o'clock and 7:30 a.m. when the tracks always showed up. Rain or shine, didn't matter, someone was on a schedule, and they were sticking to it. I'm thinking, who's got the nerve to treat my yard like a shortcut? I mean, I'm just a guy who likes his grass neat and his mornings quiet. My lawn's my sanctuary, you know? Years of fertilizing, edging, sweating the summer heat to make it look like a golf course. And now it's got these ugly scars, mocking me every time I step outside. So, I got smart-ordered one of those cheap security cameras off the internet, the kind they advertise at 2 a.m. Set it up by the mailbox, angled to catch the crime scene. That night, I'm sitting on my porch, staring at the little red light blinking in the dark, feeling like I'm finally taking back control. Next morning, I'm at the kitchen table, heart pounding, scrolling through the footage. Shadows, a stray cat, headlights on the main road, and then there she is. A shiny Ford Expedition, rolling across my lawn like it owns the place. And behind the wheel, Linda Hayes, queen of the Oak Ridge HOA, sunglasses perched on her nose, one hand on the wheel, smirking like she's filming a car commercial. I'm floored. Linda, the woman who fined me $75 last year because my trash can sat out for an extra hour. Linda, who sends letters about hedge height like she's running a military base. Linda, who struts around our neighborhood like she's the mayor of her own little kingdom. And here she is, tearing up my lawn every morning, bold as brass. I must have watched that clip 100 times, zooming in on her smug grin, my coffee going cold. It wasn't just about the grass, Anna Maria. It was about her thinking she could do whatever she wanted, no consequences. I try to be reasonable, you know? I'm not the guy who starts yelling in the street. So at the next HOA cleanup day, I spot Linda with her clipboard, bossing people around like always. I walk up, rake in hand, and say, "Linda, got a sec? Something's been happening to my lawn." She turns, all fake smiles and pearl earrings, like she's auditioning for a Hallmark movie. "Jake, honey, what's the problem?" I keep it calm, say, "There's tire tracks, deep ones, every morning. I've got video, it's your expedition." For a split second, her eyes flicker like she's been caught. Then she laughs, this high-pitched, airy thing that makes my skin crawl. "Oh, Jake, it's just grass. It'll grow back. Besides, those cameras, they lie." I'm gripping that rake so hard I'm surprised it didn't snap. "It's you, Linda. I'm asking you to stop." She leans in, smile gone, voice low. "Jake, I'm the HOA. I keep this place running. You want to make this a thing? It's not going to end well for you." And just like that, she spins away, barking at some kid about picking up litter. That was the moment I knew this wasn't about a shortcut. It was about power. Linda wasn't just driving over my lawn. She was driving over me, daring me to fight back. And then it got worse. The next morning, she didn't just roll through, she slowed down, made sure I saw her from my window, and gave me this little wave like we were sharing a joke. My lawn was a mess, mud sprayed everywhere, my mailbox tilting like it had given up. Then the letters started. HOA violations, signed by Linda herself. One for lawn neglect, can you believe in Irv? Another for my garden gnome, which she called an aesthetic violation. A third for my trash, can being visible beyond permitted hours. I'm talking 20 minutes after pickup. She was weaponizing the HOA, trying to bury me in fines and paperwork. I tried going through the proper channels, figured I'd play her game. At the next HOA meeting, I stood up, heart pounding but voice steady, and showed the room my video clips Linda's expedition, mud flying, her waving like a pageant queen. Gasps, a couple laughs, then silence. Linda stands, smooths her cardigan, and goes full drama queen. This is outrageous. Jake's been a problem for years, stirring up trouble, doctoring videos to smear me. I've given my life to this community. The room bought it. People shuffled, avoided my eyes. One guy even clapped for her. I walked out of there feeling like I'd been punched in the gut, my evidence useless against her performance. That's when I realized Linda didn't just want to win. She wanted to humiliate me. But she made a mistake. She thought I'd fold, that her title and her clipboard made her untouchable. I'm not that guy. I don't yell. I don't break things I plan. Late at night, staring at another clip of her expedition tearing up my grass, I muttered, "All right, Linda, you want to play? Let's play." I didn't want to go full vigilant antibodies getting hurt over a lawn, not on my watch. So I got to work, reading city codes, HOA rules, scouring forums for ideas. Turns out, you can't booby trap your yard, but you can make it real inconvenient for someone to drive over it. I sketched out a plan on spikes, or crazy stuff, just a row of heavy planters, low shrubs, a gravel bed. All legal, all tasteful, the kind of thing you'd see in a gardening magazine. It'd look like a design choice, not a trap, but it'd stop her expedition dead in its tracks. I called a landscaper, this guy named Tom, who talked about living borders like he was pitching a TED Talk. I told him I wanted something classy to block a certain path. He grinned, got it, gave me an estimate, and set a date. I also thought about the optics. Linda's power was all about image her perfect hair, her perfect SUV, her perfect control. If I could make her look ridiculous, her grip on the neighborhood would slip. So I looped in a couple neighbors, Maggie, a retired teacher who despised Linda's antics, and Carlos, a dad who loved a good show. I told them, Wednesday morning, keep your phones ready. They were in, no questions asked. Tuesday night, I'm double-checking everything, receipts, permits, a draft letter to the HOA calling it a beautification project. Wednesday, the landscapers show up at dawn, moving like a SWAT team. By noon, my lawn's got this elegant arc of terracotta planters, blue salvia popping color, boxwood shrubs, and a gravel strip screaming no cars allowed. It's subtle, beautiful, and bulletproof. I'm on my porch, thermos in hand, feeling like I've just built a masterpiece. Then, at 5 p.m., the camera pings. Linda's expedition rolls up, windows down, her scarf fluttering like she's in a movie. She sees the planters and freezes, her face going from confused to pissed in about 2 seconds. She inches forward, tries to swing wide, but the planters are perfectly Placidno way through without scratching her precious SUV. Gravel crunches, her bumper nudges a planter, and I hear this glorious little clunk. Maggie's on her porch, filming, laughing under her breath. Carlos is across the street. Phone up, streaming to the neighborhood group chat. Old Mr. Jenkins down the block steps out in his slippers, shaking his head like he's watching a comedy. Linda gets out, heels clicking on the gravel, and storms up to me. "Jake, what the hell is this?" she snaps, pointing at the planters like they've personally offended her. I lean back, cross my arms, and say, "Community beautification, Linda. Looks good, right?" Her mouth twists, and for the first time, she's got no comeback. Neighbors are watching, phones out, and she knows it. She tries to threaten me. You'll be fine for this. But Maggie chimes in, looks great, Jake. Way better than tire tracks. Carlos calls out, you gonna find yourself for that bumper, Linda? The crowd laughs, and Linda's face goes red. She climbs back into her SUV, backs out like she's navigating a minefield, and drives off without her usual wave. By evening, the videos are everywhere: neighborhood, Facebook, group chats, even a meme with dramatic music, and HOA Queen versus Planners. Round 1. Comment pile up. She had it coming. Nice work, Jake. Popcorn emojis galore. Linda tries to fight back, sends an unhinged email about urgent abuse by yours truly. But people aren't scared anymore. They hit reply all with clips of her SUV stuck in the gravel. At the next HOA meeting, she's ranting about my hazardous planters, but Maggie stands up, calm as ever, and says, those planters are gorgeous, Linda. Maybe you should have asked Jake before using his lawn as a road. The room laughs, and Linda's allies start backpedaling. She's losing her grip, and she knows it. She didn't go down easy, though. A week later, I get a cease and desist letter from her lawyer, claiming harassment and obstruction of easements. I'm laughing over my coffee. This woman's got some nerve. She drags me to small claims court, strutting like she's starring in a legal drama. I'm ready, though: videos, receipts, city code printouts, even a meme for good measure. I lay it all out, calm and clear. Her SUV, her violations, her lies. The judge watches the clip of her clipping the planter, chuckles, and dismisses the case faster than you can say lawn care. Linda's ordered to pay my fees, and she walks out, heels clicking softer now, her lawyer looking like he wants to disappear. The neighborhood changed after that. Linda resigned from the HOA, claiming family reasons, but we all knew the truth. Her SUV stayed parked, her head stayed down. My lawn healed, the planters bloomed, and neighbors started nodding at me like I'd won some quiet war. One day, a new couple moving and stopped by. You're Jake, right? The guy who took on Linda. I just smiled, said, yeah, that's me. They grinned like I was some suburban legend. Looking back, it wasn't about the grass, not really. It was about standing up to someone who thought they could walk all over you, literally. Linda's arrogance was her downfall. All I did was hold up a mirror and let her trip over herself. If you got a Linda in your Lithian HOA bully, a boss, anyone who thinks they're above the rules that shout, plan, document, wait. Their ego's the trap. You just got to spring it. So, tell me, that's your story? Ever deal with a petty tyrant like Linda? Drop in the comments. Let's swap some battle scars. And if you like this tale of planners and payback, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, there's always another HOA drama waiting to bloom.